Truck trial racing is motorsport for real men. The 15-ton vehicles plow through mud holes which would devour ordinary 4x4s. Pure engine power and 8-wheel drive catapult these mechanical mammoths from tight spot to tight spot. The last round of the German championships at the Nürburgring's Camp for Fun. For Uwe Huppert and his team, today's the day. The Leipzig-based team is just a few points away from being crowned kings of the truck trial. The most important thing, the right strategy. Once the huge Tatra gets moving, it takes no prisoners.
You're not really in control, but you're supposed to be. And the markers have got to stay up, you mustn't damage them. That's the difficult part. To head for them at just the right speed, or else they topple.
Truck trial racing is like slow-motion slalom. A prescribed course has to be cleared, studded with markers through which the trucks have to pass in a given direction. They're off for the first exercise. Uwe Huppert knows no room for mistakes if he wants to win the championship. Disaster strikes after just a few meters. The Tatra 8x8 is too wide. Its long overhang burrows itself deep into the mud. 6 of the 8 driven wheels go into a helpless spin. All attempts at maneuvering fail dismally. Despite 1,100 Newton-meters maximum torque and 320 horsepower, the Tatra is stuck. Uwe Huppert has to give up. The dream of a championship almost shattered.
They've got to pull me out. I can't get out.
The die has been cast, it seems.
Oh, sugar. Sorry, didn't mean to say that.
Ultimate humiliation, the Tatra only makes it out of the mud thanks to its arch-rival, a thoroughly modern Mercedes Actros with state-of-the-art technology. The audience can't wait to see whether this truck, all of 30 years younger, will make it. The Mercedes, with its stubby front, is better equipped for this sort of thing.
It's not as low down, so it can cross much easier. And it's got a bit more oomph.
A bit more oomph is no bad thing. The Mercedes transmits its roughly 600 horsepower to the 4-drive axles. It's David against Goliath. The arch-enemy seems to take this challenge in its stride. But underdog Uwe Huppert thrives on challenges and takes up the gauntlet.
To drive a 4-axled vehicle across terrain where everyone just says, impossible. That's the best bit for me anyway.
Viewed as a time-lapse, the endless toing and froing in a truck trial looks like seriously deranged lorry driver meets headless chicken. But there is method in this madness. The idea is to get through as many of the marked goals as you possibly can. The team from Leipzig sets out to complete the second task. They have to succeed to be in with a chance. The ancient Tatra just has to perform. Markers topple, too many changes in direction, driving way over the markings. The ref keeps a strict tab. The Tatra team is dogged by ill luck. Right in the middle, the huge wheels go into a spin. The ref signals for them to give up, but Uwe refuses to budge.
What? We're in, right? Almost through it.
After entering the marked area, the drivers may maneuver as they see fit. Only a limited number of changes in direction are allowed, though, hence a little disagreement here.
Come on, I'm just going to stay right here where I am for as long as it takes. I'm inside the gate.
The Tatra is given permission to change direction one more time. Strategic withdrawal is the best option. This attempt is discounted, but at least they get points for the others. Not exactly a perfect result, but Uwe is happy. If he makes it through the rest of the race with a perfect score, he's got the German championship in the bag. The 1973 Tatra A13 bears the scars of many a truck trial battle. The 12-litre V12 diesel engine is virtually indestructible. Achilles heel, at 1,100 Newton-meters, the drive shafts can break like matchsticks. Usually, though, the vehicle's rock-solid front just flattens everything in sight.
You either lock it front to rear, as articulated as it gets, and then you steer so the power just propels you where you want to go. You drift, basically. With the crossways lock engaged, you can still steer it. And if you engage both of them, as you saw earlier, it's almost impossible to steer.
Underneath the rear body, steel girders weighing several tons ensure stability. Steel rails have been welded into the chassis, adding to the rigidity. The front axle is equipped with shocks to absorb the most brutal blows. The rear axle has leaf spring suspension. Articulating range of the fully floating half shafts is huge. Wading depth is 1.60 meters. Still, can this ancient technology give the supermodern Actros a run for its money? This season's next-to-last challenge, the slope almost proves to be the rival team's downfall, but they are lucky and can stop the truck from toppling over. Truck trial racing means vehicle murder in the first degree. Huge boulders crash into the Actros underbody. It's almost done for. Uwe knows he's still in with a chance. A last valiant effort. The damaged truck clears rocks the size of a grown man. The Actros team makes it across the finishing line, but the score is less than perfect. Time for the Tatra team to keep a cool head and aim for a higher score.
We have to get this first one out of the way and then hopefully just whiz up it the way he did.
Looks can be deceiving. This slope is so steep and slippery that even a mountaineering ace would have his job cut out. The truck makes its steady way up, then, of all things, at the steepest point, the locks won't engage. Time to short-circuit the Tatra with a practiced hand. Uwe bypasses the dodgy wire. Electric shock? Who cares? We're talking about the championships here. And lo and behold, the Colossus is off again. Up she goes. An ordinary SUV wouldn't have stood a chance, but the old Tatra once again shows that it's made of sterner stuff. The Leipzig team executes a flawless climb and is breathing down the competitor's neck. Home stretch. If all goes well, they are this season's winners. Oh no, as before, the Tatra's front end gets stuck in the mud. A moment of terror for the team, and then the electrics start tripping again.
The locks aren't working again.
The championship is hanging by a thread, but this time round the slope's angle is enough. Bump after bump is flattened by the monster until co-driver Silvio Schremer shouts,
"We've come too far this way. Our backside's got to go more your way."
There are only a couple of centimeters between the 15-ton Tatra and the fragile goalpost. Uwe keeps calm.
I think we didn't do too badly.
Made it. The crew has managed to coax the ancient Tatra across the finishing line and is triumphant.
Great! Fantastic run. National champion.
A 34-year-old vehicle winning the championship only in truck trial racing. It's staying power that counts, and the Tatra just wouldn't go down.